In my third Android presentation, today I will be presenting the utility or the component spinner, how it works or does it functions. In fact, spinners plays a very important role, and what I have seen that spinner in Android is similar to that of a drop down in .NET or select option in HTML. But the way of representation of spinner in Android is not like the way we do it in other language in context to drop down or select option. So in order to implement the spinner, well, let me first show you what I have done, then basically you will be able to follow. So as I play my restart application and let me switch to my Genymotion, you would be able to see that there are two spinners that I have made use of, and initially two messages will be popping up, and that's fine. And now I will be choosing this spinner. From here you will be able to select any of the following option that is there in the list, and then you will be going for the next option over here, and then finally you hit the click button and you get to see that these are the two options that you have chosen from both the respective spinners. Now in order to make this particular program, what are the things that I have to do? The first thing is in my string.xml file, I've added two array. One array is named as state. These are the list of state. The other one is the city, and the following list of the city is there. So this particular thing associated with my string.xml file. And in my activity, there are two spinners I have taken as the idea spinner 1 and the spinner 2. That's what you saw just now. And there's a button. On clicking that button, you would be able to navigate to my method that are there, which I will be calling. Now, the first thing that I have to make use of in context to spinner is like I have to make use of the list interface that comes in the Java collection framework. And there are the array list over here that I have declared, which is of the generic type string. That means I will be able to store only the string type data and not any other data type like integer. So one array list meant for the spinner state, the other one is for spinner city, and there is a string array. This string array would be useful because I will be extracting these information, which is basically in string array, and will be storing in this particular array. Now, once the onCreate event get fired, the very first thing we will do is that we will be typecasting the spinner component that I have declared over here, respective to the spinner 1 and spinner 2. And then at the user, when the user clicks a button over here, it will go to the onClick listener, and that will display this particular toast message. But before the onClick listener gets activated, what we will do is that there are two other methods that is going to be executed. One is the popular state, another one is popular city. And these two methods will be called much before when the user hits the button over here. So for that, let's go to the debug option to see that how the thing or the control is flowing. Here is my debug option. As I hit my debug, and then you switch over to my Genymotion, it will just prompt you that you're running the application in the debug mode. So just wait for the message to get dissolved. And now your control is right inside your debug window. And these are the two breakpoints which I've added over here. Okay. And I would be showing this particular like how the transition takes place. In this method, there are two resources. One is the list which I have taken in the form of a spinner state. Another one is the string array that I have taken over here. And initially the list is size is 0 because it does not point to any of the array list, and the string array which I have taken as well as null because that is also not pointing to any of the string that I have taken. Now, as I keep on navigating from one line to another, you will be able to see that how the control is going to flow. Now, before I go, I need to talk about something that is called ArrayAdapter. Now, when we are invoking the spinner, now ArrayAdapter is going to play a very crucial role. Basically, there are three different types of ArrayAdapters. One is ArrayAdapter itself, this other one is simple cursor, and the base adapter. The base adapter is basically how you customize your spinner. We will see that in a separate video. Now, what we are doing in the case of ArrayAdapter is that it will first track out the where from the inputs are going to come. The input are going to come from this particular list. That is the list interface of the Java collection framework. So this is the spinner state where from the input is going to come, and that will be kept track in the ArrayAdapter. Now, once the ArrayAdapter knows that the information is going to come down from this particular source, then the ArrayAdapter will consider that in which component you are going to display this content of the ArrayAdapter, and that is for that you are creating a view over here in the form of a spinner, and the spinner will display the data in the drop-down format. So two important things of ArrayAdapter. The first tells where from value will be extracted, and the second thing is that where the value will be populated. Now, ArrayAdapter, by this virtue of this line, will know that ArrayAdapter is going to populate in a spinner component or a view component, and then finally you have to add the spinner with the actual spinner that you have declared, and for that spinner 1 is over here. So adapter will set it to the spinner 1 that I have declared at the top, which you saw. There are two spinner 1 and spinner 2, right? So now let's navigate one after the other, and you will see that how the content which was initially declared in the string variable or the string XML file, that will come over here. So for that, I will press the F8 button to see that what is happening over here. But still the size is 0 and it's pointing to null. But once I move down, you will see that the content has already been the string array has already got the hash code, and over here the size is 4 because you can see there are 4 content. So 1, 2, 3, 4. So 4 content has already been found by the array. Now at this point of time, the list is has already got the value, but the ArrayAdapter is yet to get the value. So as I move to the next component, here comes the list has already got the size of 4, and this 4 refers to all the 4 components that is there in the string array. And as I move down, now the setting of this particular component in the form of a hash code, you can see over here. The adapter knows that this thing would be now populate into a component called spinner, and that will be set. So in the next line, we are going to set it with the actual spinner that I have declared over here. And this spinner 1 represents the spinner 1 that is there inside my XML file. Okay, so there was a component which is spinner 1 ID. So in this way, the whole navigation will take place for the next method as well. So I'm just doing it faster so that I can get back to the execution window. And now I'm going to run my code so that you can see the actual output. And for that, I will go to F9. The whole thing gets activated over here. So right now, if you see, it's still to come. So let me hit once more time. As I do this, the component is ready to work right now. Just a minute. So the application is running over here. And now what I will do is that I will choose the option from here. And as I do, select the options, and then finally you get to see the result. And that's what you can populate over here. This result is coming from the get selected index, which you will be able to see the toast message. The get selected index, what we are doing basically is that every spinner item has an index value, which is a numeric form, and that gets converted into a string value. And then when we will be able to find out the respective data of that particular index, and that is what you can see over here. See, this is, suppose this is 0 position, this is 1 position, and that data is finally displayed over here. So before the toast message get displayed, already the this two method got executed, and by virtue of that, we will be able to detect the respective item that has been selected by the user. Well, this is where the video comes to an end, and you saw that how to make use of ArrayAdapter in the spinner. In the next video, I'll be talking about the customized spinner, and for that, the base adapter will be used. And for that, let me make you aware that before you go to base adapter, you need to be well acquainted with the ArrayAdapter, simply because base adapter is much more complicated than other stuff. So, and in fact, that's pretty interesting as well. So let's wait for the next video. Until then, have a nice time.